Yeah, when you're talking trout, a big trout is anything over 20 inches. When you're talking bull trout, anything over 40 inches is considered a big one.
40 inches.
Yeah. So these are
wow.
big, meaty.
All right, so we got a guy here that's been fly fishing for 30 plus years, I'm guessing, maybe even longer.
About 31.
I met him back in 2007. It's the first time we went fishing together down on the Tuck, I guess.
Yep.
And we talked earlier before we started recording, and he was like, what are we going to talk about? I was like, you got a lot to talk about. He's got some new digs here in cashers, which I guess, to be clear for the people that aren't local, it's cashers.
That's correct. Not cashiers.
It's not cashiers. I guess you want to tell us, it'd be interesting. You know the story behind that? The name?
No, I don't.
Oh,
no.
So I did a little digging, and apparently way back in the day, people would come here and cash out, I guess. Was there mining here? Was it mines or was it work? I'm not sure exactly what they were cashing out. They were taking something, and here, this was the area that they get their money.
Okay.
So that's why they call it, go over there to cashers and cash out, I guess. I don't know.
That's the first I've heard.
Check me out on that. I could totally be wrong on that, but I didn't he said he had a new address, and I was just like, okay. I mean, so people move. You moved a couple of times before. The last shop was pretty nice. It was definitely an upgrade. You're in a really small space prior to that.
That's right. Yep.
I guess like it was a little round. Was it round building or octagon type style? Or am I not remembering it right?
Bi-level, so it was kind of broken up into two different levels. Yeah.
So the last shot was pretty nice.
Yeah.
But this, I have a buddy of mine. He's like, whenever you trade motorcycles, make sure you upgrade. So whenever you move, make sure you upgrade. So we got this nice patio out here. We got a fireplace. It's a little cool actually for August.
It is. Yeah. It was 56 this morning, I believe.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
And I actually got a little cold last night. I camped, and I ended up, I got a blanket, and I have a sleeping bag, and the sleeping bag, I just kind of laid it on the cot. And I was like, later on in the night, I actually got into the sleeping bag. It got kind of chilly.
It's a welcome change.
Yeah, it actually is. I don't know. The rain is nice. I mean, driving up here, it was amazing. I guess it's been too long since I've been here, because I remember some of the construction along, was that 64?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you could see like complete rock faces. And now a lot of those rock faces where they were doing some construction 20 years ago, I guess, or maybe not 20, but 15, 20. They're on 64, close to town here.
Yep.
And now it's like it's covered with greenery.
Right. Yeah.
So
still see them in the winter months, but not right now.
Oh, yeah, when everything. And we do come here a lot in the winter. So I guess I don't know if I come in the summer all that much. I'm usually like to come in the fall.
Right.
That's when I love to go fishing. And then we come to Sapphire Valley to go do some skiing. How's the snow been here recently?
Been less and less each year. Yeah.
Each year?
Yeah.
Anyway, so Matt is the owner of Brookings Outdoor.
We just call it Brookings now.
Brookings.
Yeah.
Just Brookings.
Yeah.
And you can get to his business online, Brookings Online.
Brookingsonline.com.
Yeah. .com. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was this new location and what's going on with this location, because you actually shared some more information about it. And then we're going to talk about just the trips locally that you guys do, and then the other destination trips that you got. So Does that sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
All right. We might dig in a little bit of some of my prior trips. I want to dig into a couple of them, but tell us about the new location. Cause this is, I mean, I drove up and I was just like blown away. I was like, oh my goodness, he just major upgrade.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of it. So my business partner is a developer, and he had plans to develop the property that we used to be in. Long story short, didn't quite work out. But before he sold the property, we had this idea of creating more of an environment where people could come and hang out, listen to some live music, drink some beer. So we had this tap room idea planned for the old store, and my business partner just said, well, we need to put the brakes on this. I think I might end up selling the property. So we did, and when he sold the property, he said, hey, you still thinking about that tap room? And I said, yeah. He said, well, why don't you design a building that could accommodate that? And so anyway, we went back and forth, sketched some stuff out, and he handed it over to an architect, and we ended up with this amazing building.
So this was your design.
This is I started with the layout, and
like a pencil on a piece of paper,
piece of scratch paper,
and then you hand it to an architect, and then boom,
and
wow,
we've got a lake.
And you got how big is this deck? This is like what, 20, 30, 20 by 30, or
probably.
I don't know.
It might be 30 by 30 actually. Yeah,
I mean it's bigger than a 2-car garage.
Oh yeah, I mean,
a 2-car garage is 20 by 20, right?
That's right. Yeah.
This looks bigger than a 2-car garage. Wow. So
they
it's covered, and then you got another area over there, and you got sunshade over there. So it's covered in, I guess, kind of cools it off in the summer.
Yep.
You said you have music here?
Yeah.
Where's the band set up?
So
you're back here.
We'll put the band either here or out on the open patio based on weather. And
you got some cornhole over there.
Yeah, cornhole, horseshoes back here. We got the lake right behind us here. So fireplace, it's a pretty cool little hangout.
When's the next music coming?
Saturday.
Really? Yep. That soon?
Oh yeah. So,
is it like every weekend or
every weekend? Yeah.
Every weekend there's music.
Yep.
And you got a tap room. Do you have food too, or you get like a food truck or
prepackaged food? So we're not preparing anything, but we do charcuterie boards, popcorn.
And obviously you got beer, wine.
You
got water.
That's right. Yeah. That garage door opens up so we can serve.
Right from there, back to the. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so
nice.
Serve outside or inside of the bar.
Wait a minute, did you catch that?
I did not. No, one of our guides caught that, and it sat in his mom's house for a long time, and he said, "This looks like a better home for it." So
I think so. Where'd you get that at?
I think it was down in Destin, Florida, maybe.
Destin. Yeah. Wow. So what kind of, I can't quite tell. What is that?
Blue marlin.
Blue marlin.
Yeah.
So you got this, you got a tap room, you got a big showroom. You got, how many fly tying tables do you have there? Did I see 2?
Well, we got a bar and then a fly tying table. So we can use them, utilize both of them. But we can.
Do you do classes?
Yeah. In the winter months. We do. Yeah.
That's what fly freshmen do, right?
That's right.
We tie flies,
fish all summer and tie flies all winter. Yeah. So, yeah.
So you do your fly tying classes here in the winter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got, I guess, do you go all winter with the music?
So
you got the fireplace.
So we about after Christmas, instead of live music, we'll do the fly tying classes, and then once spring rolls around, we'll switch again to live music. So.
How long you been here now?
So it'll be a year and a half.
Oh, so this is actually pretty new then.
Oh yeah. We just moved in March of 2024.
This is really exciting.
It is, man. It's a dream come true.
And then what's the address? Like how would you tell people how to get here? Because for me, it was a little.
Plug it into Google Maps or Apple Maps, but
I drove down the gravel driveway, and then I ended up turning around, and then I ended up like, oh, I could have just gone there.
Yeah.
So there's like 2 ways to get here, I suppose.
Yeah, we're on Cashers Lake Road. Address is 88 Cashers Lake Road in Cashers, North Carolina.
And just go down south on 107, and what is it, about mile
from the crossroads. Hang a right on Cashers School Road, another right on Cashers Lake Road, and you'll find us here.
And you're here.
Yeah.
So where do people find out about the music? Do you have like a Facebook or?
We got a Facebook and Instagram page for the bar. So the bar is called Blue Line Bar. And that'll we'll post every
what was it again?
Schedule. The Blue Line Bar.
Blue Line.
Yeah. So Blue Line is when you're looking at a map of the area. Yeah. And you see these little squiggly blue lines with no name to them. It's a small stream. And, here we're blessed with many of those, and they're a ton of fun to go and explore and catch small little wild trout.
We've done that. Yeah. We've done that. Yeah. We've done that.
Yeah.
I was with, what's her name? Charity and Timmy.
Oh, Ian and Charity?
Well, not Ian. It was Timmy, one of their guides.
Okay.
But Charity was there. I wanted to get a girl for my girls, and my wife were there.
Yeah.
And they said it was going to be a tough day. So Charity took off with the girls. Timmy, you ever get a chance to meet Timmy?
Mm-hmm.
He was a hoot. He was hilarious. And So he's with me and my wife, and I'm pretty much letting her fish. And, you know, she's, as you know, late on the hook.
Hook set. Yeah.
You know, so where did she hook it?
Trees.
And no, in the side.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And so she reels it in, and Timmy's like, "That's really hard."
Sure.
It's easy to get him in the mouth. It's hard to get him in the tail.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So, you know, he was cracking them all day. And then we were somewhere. We were there at that little, I guess there's a bend there by that one campground, and on the north side of the park. Can't remember the name of it. And, you know, we're not doing nothing. But he's cracking them left and right. And we're just having a good time. And he's like, yeah, I had these 2 guys the other day. And he goes, I go, nothing. I just want to get on a fish. I have to admit, that trip wasn't the best. And I really wanted the wife and the girls to get onto a fish. So, I mean, it was one of those days. It wasn't optimum, you know, conditions. But I want to say they all caught one.
That's good.
And that's, you know. But you're out in nature wanting to have a good time, and that's, you know, that's it, right? I mean,
that's it. Yeah. You got to take what Mother Nature gives and make the best out of it.
Then you have those days. Remember the day my mom called?
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
I still never saw that. I never saw that fish.
Big fish.
It was big, huh?
Yeah.
So I get into a big fish. I guess we had a jump or 2.
Yeah.
And my phone rings, and I'm fumbling for my phone. And who was it on the shore? Because we hadn't even left.
No, I can't remember.
He drove that Subaru.
Mark. Yeah.
Mark's there. He goes, that better be your mom. And I'm like, it is. It's my mom. So, yeah, I missed that one. Never saw it.
Yeah.
You got to see it, though.
Oh, yeah.
We were there, what, 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, it's going to get dark on us, Kirk. We better go. Because it was just like one cast or not. What was it? The scenario there? Because you said it was like just a unique situation. It was during the winter.
I'm trying to remember now.
I think you said it had been cold and it had just warmed up, maybe just a tad.
Yeah, I think it was. The water temperature had gone from like 45 to 50, and they go nuts when that happens.
Because they're out kind of hunkered down with the cold water.
They're lethargic. They might have been lethargic for quite a few days, you know, and then that water temperature gets up to that 50-degree mark, and it's just like gangbusters.
It's on.
Yeah.
It was on all day. Yeah. He was like, I remember you told me, he's like, dude, you better remember this day, because this day probably ain't happening maybe one more time in your lifetime.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all day. It was crazy.
Catch them at will.
Yeah. Just, I mean, all you had to do is throw a line in.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I've never had it I still haven't had a day like that.
They're rare. I mean, they are, you know, it's just, all the conditions just got to stack up right, and you got to be there when it happens.
Yeah. And you said, and now we got this recorded. We weren't supposed to mention that day because somebody had a day the day before, and my day was quite a bit better.
Yeah.
Their day was up. Yeah. And that was fun. And then we did a trip with my daughter, Alexa.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
I do. She was what, 6 or 7? I mean, she was young.
You guys didn't even have waders to fit. Like they had to I don't know how we got her in the waders.
And I remember she caught 5 or 6 fish all on her own that day. And that was
on dry flies.
On dry flies. Yeah. That's pretty special.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, normally we say for, you know, when you're trying to start a kid out, 12 is normally about the right age where it's like, you know, they got enough patience. They're into it, but she was good bit younger than that. And
yeah, Christian's pretty good. I just need to get him back up here. We just haven't had an opportunity. I don't know if he went fishing over in Philmont. Because actually, tell us about that. That's an interesting story because this guy is super humble. He's not going to tell you. I'm going to make him tell you. So tell him
about what?
Scouts.
It's Eagles. Yeah.
Eagle Scout.
I'm an
Eagle Scout. He won't tell you unless you actually force it out of him.
Yeah. I'm an Eagle Scout. Spent 3 years in college, guiding at Northern Tier, which is a scout base. So that actually, the first year I worked in the boundary waters, and then the second year they promoted me to be able to do the more remote stuff up in Quetico Provincial Park. And no trails, no camp, no designated.
So just doing the
sites.
canoes and what do you call it when you go? Because you got to do that a lot, right?
Portaging.
Portaging the canoes.
Yeah.
So you're taking crews out.
Yeah. So we our typical trip was 10 days, and we would go about 120 miles and paddle across a lake, portage to the next lake, and some of those portages could be 100 feet. They could be 3 miles long.
3 miles, you got to carry that canoe and all your gear.
Yep. So, guide's got canoe on top of his head and the pack on his back, and everybody else has either got a pack or a canoe. And it could be a pretty long trudge with
3 miles.
3 miles. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yes. Yeah. It's real
so
tough.
You did that for 3 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I finally got it worked out. I had this routine that I loved, and we all kind of made our own routes. And I came up with this route that put us, I think it was on day 4 or 5, it put us on this lake called Knife Lake. And it was a lake that ran perfectly north and south, basically didn't have any arms off on it, looked like a knife on a map. And what we would do, we would get to that lake and we would have early lunch, and we'd all just hit the sack, and we'd sleep for a few hours, and I'd wake everybody up around 8 o'clock, eat dinner, and then we would paddle across the lake. It was 17 miles long. We would paddle across that lake at night, and if we timed it right, we could watch the northern lights as we did that. So,
wow,
one of the most memorable experiences of my life, for sure.
How many times did you get to see the northern lights go on Knife Lake?
Yeah, I think we did it. I did it a total of like five or 6 times, and we hit it twice. That the northern lights are just put on the show. Yeah,
right. It's amazing up there, right? Because you can see the Milky Way, the northern light. You don't need nothing. It's your eyes.
Even if the northern lights didn't come out, it was still super cool.
The Milky Way is just unbelievable.
Yeah. Star, no light pollution.
Right. Whatsoever. Yeah. Just so clear. It's like, oh my goodness. It's so bright. Yeah. It's amazing. So, yeah. So my son did a couple years out at Philmont, different roles.
Yeah.
So yeah, he lived out, and then he got into rock climbing. Is that where you got into the fishing?
No, I've always been into fishing. I mean,
have you always been from this area? Is this your home?
From North Carolina, the Piedmont, North Carolina, though. So down around Greensboro, High Point.
Okay.
High Point was home. So I started fly fishing for brim and farm ponds, and kind of graduated to bass. And
because you like small bass too, right?
Oh yeah, smallmouth.
Smallmouth bass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is that your preference, or trout, or you don't really have a preference?
It just depends on the time of year. So like right now in the heat of the summer, I'd rather be smallmouth fishing than trout fishing.
Mm-hmm. You're a lot more active.
Yeah. They handle the heat a whole lot better. But,
okay.
Started with warm water species down in the Piedmont, and my dad got interested in fly fishing, so we would take trips to the mountains and fish, especially for my birthday activities. So, and then when it came time for college, I was like headed to the mountains. So,
where'd you go to college?
Western Carolina University, just right down the road.
Really?
Yeah, I went to school and never left.
And what's your degree in?
Parks and Recreation, with a specialty in outdoor management.
Okay.
Outdoor leadership.
So you're doing it.
Doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. I went to school, and
I mean, this has been the plan. That
you guys manage any water too as part of your business here?
Oh yeah. We've got 5 sections of private water that we lease and manage, and that's
I guess that's part of your education too. Helped with that?
Not. I mean, my education was specializing in outdoor leadership, so how to handle risk situations and
that kind of thing. So kind of more like Northern Tier.
Yeah.
Idea.
Yeah. But it's it definitely had a business element to it.
Probably helps managing the guides and
Oh,
things like that. Kind of got you at least started in leadership.
Sure. Yeah.
So do you do any leadership training since then, or since college, or
no?
But you got that Eagle Scout. That's huge.
That was huge. Yeah. I mean,
that's tough as a young man running a project.
It is
to learn a lot. What was your project?
So I built dog houses for an animal shelter.
Oh, okay.
In order to raise the money for dog houses, I would do some landscaping work. So planted some trees and raised some enough money to buy the supplies, and then put the dog houses together and donate them to a local animal shelter.
Always, like I tell my son, when you pick your project, make sure it's something you're going to be proud to talk about in 20 or 30 years.
Oh yeah, for sure. No,
So
man, that Eagle Scout goes a long way.
A tear down on a playground at a church that was actually dangerous. It had rusted and was falling apart. It was a safety hazard. And so he tore it all out and removed everything, and then put in some mulch, and then put some benches in and made kind of like a little seating area for the church, because they hadn't quite decided what they wanted to do, but they knew they needed to get rid of the old equipment.
Sure.
And get rid of that. So that was his project. Put down a bunch of sod, and I remember we got a deal on the sod, because we bought all the sod that nobody else wanted and was able to sod a lot of it. But it all came back. Worked with the church and the guy that dealt with the sprinkler system, and got the sprinkler system fixed up. And so we got all that sod that was brown when we bought it.
Nice.
That's how bad, but it was a deal. But the guy that sold it, he's like, it'll come back. You just need some water.
Yeah.
He goes, most people won't buy it like that though.
Yeah.
Because they think it's dead. He goes, it's not dead. It'll come back. So yeah, so it was a nice project. They're actually still, I went by there the other day and looked at it. It's still, looks pretty decent.
Cool.
Haven't let it go. So the doghouse is still standing, or 20?
I guess.
How many years ago was that? Or
oh man, that's been 30. Yeah.
30
years.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just want to repeat that really quick, because you talked about the cycle, the ladder of the progression of an angler and how they start and where they go. Could you kind of go over that one more time?
Yeah. So in my experience, what I've seen is when someone starts to fly fish, it's all about, I want to catch a fish. And, so they might book a guide and they'll go out and catch a fish and check that box. And then it's like, well, I want to learn how to, do it myself. I want to catch a fish by myself. And then it's like, okay, now I want to learn how to consistently catch a lot of fish. And once they are able to do that, it's the next thing is I want to catch a big fish and outsmart these older, bigger trout. And the next thing that I've seen is, after they kind of check all those boxes, it kind of comes full circle, and it's less about the fish. It's more about the experience. So, the quality of the experience, and, whether that's going out and catching a fish, how you want to catch a fish, on a dry fly. And if they're not eating dry flies, I'm okay with that. I'd rather just fish a dry fly and be out here and enjoy nature. And, if I catch one, great. If not, that's fine. But it's all about the quality of the experience.
But you got to catch the hatch.
Yeah.
If you don't catch the hatch, see, Alexa caught those. I think you said it was 5 dry flies on her own.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Everything was aligned.
Yeah.
She's at the right spot. There's a hatch. Boom.
Little crane flies were hatching that day. I remember that day. Yeah.
And
we switched over and
boom. I mean, they were just hitting it.
They were happy.
Yeah. Yeah, she was happy too. That was a good first trip for somebody.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, man, that was killer. If I remember right, I think she was 7 years old.
7, yeah. I'm trying to remember what year that would have been. I do remember that, and that would have been 2008, fall of 2008, because my dad had passed, and my mom had this trip planned. She's like, "Should we go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go. Like, Dad would want us to go." So it was the fall of 2008. So she would have been 9.
Okay. All right.
9 years old. Right around. I mean, I might have been a week or two before her birthday, but yeah, her birthday's in October. So I know it was in October. Yeah. So like 9 years old. Yeah. That's still pretty young.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Because the weight, like we said before, the waders, you didn't have waders to fit her.
Yeah. Had the wet weight. Yeah.
No, she wore waders. But she made it work. She made it work. Yeah. They were too big, but she made it work. Yeah. I also wanted to cover with you your destination trips. So tell us about, how did that all get kind of started? Because if I remember right, Brookings didn't do destination trips when you first started with Brookings. My
business partner who acquired Brookings in 2006, he kind of saved it from going under. He was a developer and wanted us as an anchor tenant for his development. And so he bought Brookings and I managed it for him. And anyway, he had this annual trip down to Argentina that he did every single year. and he would always go to a different outfitter, and just to kind of see the whole country. And he came back one year, and he's like, "You're not gonna believe this. I found the place. Like this place.
This is the place
above and beyond anything else I've ever seen." And he said, "You really ought to consider taking groups down to these guys." He said, "This is like a community building opportunity." And so we called these guys up and we're like, "Hey, would you like to work out a partnership?" And they were like, "Yeah." That first year, we took a group of, I think it was 12 people down to Argentina with us, and it blew my socks off. It was the first time I'd done anything like that. And, just the bond that we made with the customers, and, the stories that were told for years.
Because you're there for how long? Usually those trips are at least a week, right?
Yeah. The Argentina's, it'll be a total of like 10 days.
10 days.
By the time you add in travel on both sides. So that's how it all started. And then we were like, well, we can do this all over the world. And so we slowly have added destinations. And now we're doing like 12 to 14 of these things. I mean, we got a ladies group in Montana right now. We got a bunch of guys going to the Bahamas today. So
today,
yeah.
Going to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
So what are some of the destinations? Tell us about them.
Yeah. So we do Argentina.
So you go to so you're going with that same outfitter now.
Yeah.
And how many years has that been now? I guess 20. Getting on it, maybe.
Getting close. Yeah. Probably. It'd be
20 next year.
Yeah, it'd be 20 next year, probably. Yeah.
And it's always the same outfitter because they got it dialed in.
They kill it, man. We've never had a single complaint.
Wow.
And
you're here long enough, even if something's off, I guess.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're going to have a weather day or
2.
two.
Yeah, but you hang out at the lodge and
no, we fish.
You're fishing.
Yeah. Doesn't matter whether it's blowing 40 and raining, we're fishing.
You're still fishing.
And we're having a good
time. You're hardcore.
Yeah. No, they got the gear, to keep everybody comfortable. And, of course it's your option. You can stay at the lodge if you want to, but we're fishing.
Yeah.
Those guys, that's our preferred outfitter in Argentina. Patagonia River Guides is the name of them. And, they've got locations all over Argentina. So we're now doing, like this year, we're going to do 2 trips to their flagship location in Trevelin, and we're going to do a trip to Rio Pico at one of their locations called Trace Valley Lodge. So that's been our staple. We do Red Bay Sunset Lodge in Bahamas. We do Agaboa Lodge in Brazil. What
do you do in Brazil? What are you catching in Brazil?
Peacock bass, arapaima, arowana, tons of crazy Oscars.
Do they cook up those peacock bass there on the trip?
We don't cook any peacock bass. We do cook up some piranha.
Some piranha. Okay.
Yeah. So that's like one of their treats is Thursday night is piranha night, and that's like what I look forward to every trip. It's one of the best fish.
They cook it out on an open fire, or
yeah, they grill it.
Grill it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
cool.
yeah, they score it and
grill it.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
It is. It's hard to describe. It's more meaty than fishy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, have you had peacock too?
I have not. No.
It's good.
Is it?
Yes. Yeah. It's very good. We actually have those down in Florida.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because they introduced them, I guess, because of the there's some invasive species there, and because all the lakes and canals and all that's all interconnected, and I guess people go and dump a fish out of their tank, and I think one of the ones is it lionfish? It's a real big problem.
That's a saltwater fish.
Well, I think that's a problem too. I don't know I'm not sure what the
a bunch of sick
the freshwater fish issue is, but I think that's why they introduced the peacocks.
Snakeheads, I think is one of them.
That's it. It's the snakeheads. That's a fresh, and then the walking catfish or something like that. Maybe that's the same as a snakehead. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar, but I know they were introduced, and so they're in right in my community now. They used to not be there, but I guess the weather's kind of warmed up enough, so they moved a little bit further north. So, what are the species you go for in the Bahamas?
Bonefish, tarpon, termit, barracuda. So all flats fishing. So we're on a boat that drafts super skinny water. So we're fishing, a foot, maybe 2 feet of water at most.
You been there?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's like your best day that you had there?
So best day I've probably witnessed, guy on the boat was just short of grand slamming. So, we had just killed the bonefish in the morning, and then the guide was like, let's go look for tarpon. Both caught a tarpon, and then permit, which is, as you probably know, there's like one of the harder species to catch on a fly rod, if not the hardest. Anyway, we saw a group of permit, and the guy was like, we're going to try a grand slam. And sure enough, he hooked one. And I mean, it was like 5 feet from the boat and got off. But that's pretty rare to get a grand slam in the Bahamas.
Those bonefish are amazing, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I caught one out in Hawaii.
Yeah, they're hard fighting fish.
So I was with a guide, and I thought it was pretty funny. I guess he was feeling bad because we were having a tough day. And we're like, probably 3/4 into the trip and not a lot of time left. And then he sees one. I mean, he must have had eagle freaking eyes because I didn't see nothing. He's like, cast that way. And so I cast, and he's like, no, need a little bit more. And directed me to it. And then I think probably my third cast, it hit. And then I'll never forget it. I just laughed so hard. He's like, when the fish touches steel, you lose the deal. I go, well, what's the deal? He's like, well, I might have gave you a bit of a discount if we just came up empty. But he goes, you messed that one up because it hit. He's like, I still see it. It didn't spook. Go again. So I went again and it hit that time. And wow, that was was crazy.
They'll drain a spool of fly line in a heartbeat.
I was getting really close.
Yeah.
Getting really close to the end. I was getting nervous because, I mean, when you get to the end, that's it. They're going to pop off, right?
Yeah. We're talking.
You got nothing.
Most of the time, you're talking like 200 yards when you count the fly line and the backing and everything. So,
yeah, I was down to the last few rolls of the backing.
Yeah. That's a big fish. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was an amazing thing. I tell you, another amazing trip was down in the Keys. I don't know if you ever had a chance to see it, is the bonefish feeding. Have you seen that?
When they're tailing? Yeah.
No, not tealing. Well, I don't know. Were they not feeding? I'm not sure. It was like they created a wake. I was down in the Keys. They created a wake, a whole school of bonefish. And there's like this wake moving through the water. And the guide's like, cast over there. And I'm like, I don't know, got twisted around and missed it. Like you have seconds to act.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But got hooked into a tarpon once, but I haven't got a tarpon into the
landed.
Yeah. And then down in Honduras, Mango something, I forgot the name of that lodge. We came real close to some permit, but like you said, they're tough.
Yeah.
They're just out waiting. And yeah, that day. Yeah. I didn't catch nothing that day. That was, but I mean, I'm down in Honduras, and then they cooked me lunch at the lodge, and I got back, and yeah, food was amazing. And it was just the whole, because you can't get, that lodge is like where they have these little huts out in the water.
Oh, cool.
And they had a homemade meal with homemade bread. It was really good.
Nice.
So that might be a new destination for you.
Yeah. Never know.
I should connect you.
Yeah, sure.
With that lodge. Cause they, it's Roatan is nice. You could even, for the right person, maybe, mix in some scuba with the fishing. This place is on you can't get there except for boat.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's remote, and kind of back what you're talking about, the experience of it all, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So where's some of the other locations you have?
Oh, so
you said there's somebody's in Montana or they're leaving soon?
Yeah. We've got a group of ladies, that's in Montana, group called Linehan Outfitting Company. Tim and Joanne Linehan, they do an amazing job. On the Kootenai River, so far northwest corner of Montana. It's one of the more undiscovered parts of Montana, so you're not going to see a bunch of boats or a bunch of English.
Is that near Fernie? Because Fernie's
it's not far. Yeah, it's probably, I don't know, probably a 3-hour drive from Fernie.
Okay.
And we do Fernie as well. So
what's in Fernie? Because I missed that one.
Yeah. So
I was up there and I had my rod, but I didn't do any fishing.
Yeah, that's good stuff up there. Yeah, so most of their streams are going to be cutthroat fisheries, but then they've also got some rainbows and browns. But one of the big perks is in the fall of the year, you can target bull trout, which are massive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
you get your big fish.
Yeah, when you're talking trout, a big trout is anything over 20 inches. When you're talking bull trout, anything over 40 inches is considered a big one.
40 inches.
Yeah. So these are
wow.
big meat-eating trout. So they eat other trout. That's their. They're not eating bugs. They're
not eating bugs. So how do you fly fish for that then?
Yeah,
big giant streamers.
Big giant streamers. Yeah, on sink tip.
On
articulated. Yeah, mostly white in color. You're just trying to imitate a bait fish or a juvenile trout, so that before they spawn, they go on a heavy feed, in order to because when they're spawning, they don't eat. It might be several weeks before they eat. So right before that, they gorge themselves, and so it's crazy good fishing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think I saw on the website there was Alaska.
Yep. So Alaska, this will be our first time hosting a trip to Alaska, but done our research and came up with a lodge that is unique because it's got 11 different game fish to fish for. So 11. Yeah. So instead of just your typical salmon and trout, they've also got crazy fish called a she fish. It's almost like a freshwater tarpon. They've got northern pike. They've got grayling, Arctic char, Dolly Varden, just a whole, all 5 species of salmon, rainbow trout that like to eat mice patterns. That was the other big draw.
Mice patterns.
So yeah, a lot of what you're doing.
So you're casting to like the shore, or
yeah, casting to structure or shore with floating mouse patterns. And
I've always seen those for sale. And I'm like, really?
No, really? It's a deal up there.
It's a deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I imagine maybe down where I'm at, a mice pattern might work for like a largemouth, right? Or no?
Oh yeah. 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 They'll definitely eat them.
So any new location? You said this was your first for Alaska.
Yeah.
Any other locations you're like in researching right now?
Well, we researched, we did Cuba, but under the current administration, that's going to be a no. So,
okay.
We've done Belize. So for us, we always like to visit a place before we start, taking groups down there and
research.
Research
is great, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean,
does Natalie ever go with you?
She went to Belize. Yeah.
Okay.
So, we're in the process of raising teenage kids, so it's hard
Tough.
to get away all at once, but we always make a family trip somewhere. So yeah.
I saw that they seem to be the little anglers there.
Yeah. They're both anglers. My son's really into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You excited about that?
Yeah. In fact, we just got back from Captiva, Sanibel, Florida area, and he just caught his first 2 tarpon. So
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that post. Yeah. Nice. I've not actually got one to the boat.
Yeah.
I've only got one hook.
Well, he's 2 for 2. Yeah.
2 for 2. Wow. Did you ever catch any snook?
Caught some snook while we were down there.
That's kind of nice. Going through the structures and stuff there.
Right there on the beach. Yeah.
Oh, on the beach?
Yeah.
Okay. And the intercoastal is kind of where like going at night. That was kind of fun. Did that with Christian.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Little fly fishing. That was his little birthday. Why should, I could go to those places directly, or I could go through Brookings.
Yep.
Why should I go through Brookings?
Well, for one, I think going to a place like Brazil, for instance, I mean, this lodge we go to, there's no city. It's just GPS coordinates. I mean, you're out there. And so for one, going with somebody that you know and trust makes it a lot easier just to jump in and go by yourself. It can be intimidating for anybody, but, we work you through the whole process. So we coordinate the the flight itineraries. We help you pack. We give you a discount on any gear you might need. Typically we're bringing a group that all has some ties to Western North Carolina. So that's the other bonus is, you're going to go with a group that are from a similar area and people that you can go back, once you get back from the trip, you're going to come home with some new friends, basically. And, what we've seen, it is the destination part of our business is not all that, it doesn't move the needle that much monetarily, but what we see is, we're connecting people, other anglers with other anglers. So, we might take
interesting. So it's community building.
It's all community building. So yeah. And that's why we did this bar thing too. That's another community builder. But going back to the destination thing. So, take a group of 10 people to Argentina. Bob and Fred might really hit it off, and we all come back home, and Bob and Fred say, "Hey, let's go book Matt and let's go float the Tuckasegee next weekend." And all of a sudden, we're doing more guide trips and selling more equipment, and
So it's one of those things that's kind of hard to measure, right?
It is,
but it's working.
It's definitely working. Yeah. I mean,
because I know was it primarily you in the beginning doing the destinations?
It was only me. Yeah.
Right. So now I notice you've got other guides hosting destinations.
Yeah. So
it's really growing for you.
Big time. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we started with just one trip a year. It was just me hosting a trip to Argentina, and now we're doing about 14 trips a year. And
there's no way you could do all of that and keep
my
this
wife
thing going.
Would kill me. But,
you wouldn't mind, probably.
No, I wouldn't mind. But no, it's hard to be away from kids that much of the year. But so I'll do 3, maybe 4 tops a year, and that's a perk of working here is you get to build clientele and take them.
So do you feel like most of the people that go on these trips are from Western North Carolina, or people like me that happen to, for whatever reason, know you from other parts of the country go as well?
Yeah, I'd say no. I mean, like home wise, I'd say mostly all over the place. They have some tied to cashers, whether it's a vacation trip or, a lot of people have second homes here.
Right.
But there is some tie to this
area. Right.
Typically.
Or they've known you since 2008.
Yeah. I mean,
or 7.
Right. Yeah.
7. 7. It was 2007. Yeah. Fall of 2007, our first trip.
Yeah.
You weren't working for Brookings, I don't think.
I think we were,
you were out of Cherokee.
Yeah,
out of Cherokee. I was staying in Sevierville. I think I was late because I didn't realize how long it was going to take me to get all the way down from Sevierville to Cherokee.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a drive, but it was worth it. We had a good time, but that was like total noob. But I guess I've progressed over the years a little bit, skill and everything else. And I just love being out there. That's the thing, is the nature part of it.
Sure.
How do you find you on the Facebook? Do you look at Blue Line? Is that what you search for?
Well, we've got a page for the Blue Line Bar, and then we've also got
the music. And
that's more music and what we got on draft sort of thing. But Brookings is our main.
I guess Facebook, are they linked? Instagram. So if you find Brookings,
we've got individual Facebook for each, but like normally Brookings will share what the Blue Line is doing and vice versa. And,
okay, Brookings is going to do the fly tying in the winter, and Blue Line's going to do the music on the weekends.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the Blue Line, the whole purpose of this is also as a community builder. So
I'm just curious because this is a really cool venue. Do you guys rent this out too, or no?
We started doing a little bit of that. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So call Matt if you may be interested, because it's just a nice place. I mean, you got everything, if you want to be outdoors, and then if the weather switches up on you, you got some place to go, you got a fire. So
yeah, we've done a few birthdays. We've done a wedding group, actually.
Really? You did a wedding?
Yeah. That was pretty crazy.
At the fly shop.
Yeah. It was
Were they an angler?
What's that? It was a customer, and they came in. It was like, anybody we could get a party here? I was like, yeah. And we worked out. We had like 400 people here. It's crazy.
Really? So they did the ceremony, I guess, locally, and then.
Well, so this was like the meet and greet. So before the rehearsal dinner.
Before the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah. So we hired a band, and everybody kind of came
Just a
and
meet
had
and greet.
drinks.
Okay, cool.
But it was, about 3 hours and filled the place up, had a big time, and everybody went to the rehearsal dinner afterwards.
Thanks so much for sharing. I really appreciate it, Matt, taking your time out today, because I know you're viable and got probably a lot going on. You're getting started. So when is your season, like, or is there a season?
Yeah, I mean, we're open all year,
Right?
But our busy season, typically kicks off in March, goes really strong through about mid-August, slows down a little bit, and then cranks back up for the leaf season. So October, November, even through the Christmas months. And then our downtime is typically January and February.
Okay.
And that's when we do that's why we do a lot of trips to South America, is because, their seasons are flip-flopped. So,
Right. So you have the availability.
Well, availability, and
trips
then
here.
that's when you want to go to South America, because that's their summer months. So
those trips are in their summer.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess Michaela and Elena are the only ones you haven't gone with.
Yeah.
Maybe I could convince Elena to go.
There you go. I got to check them all off.
Are you still doing trips?
Yeah, still doing a few trips. Yeah.
A few trips.
Yeah, still enjoy it.
So the long-term customers like me, you might.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll find a day for you.
Find a day. All right, buddy. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.